10 everyday things invented by the military. 1. Superglue. We owe this useful invention to Dr. Harry Coover. Coover worked for Eastman Kodak during World War II. He was researching compounds for use in a plastic rifle sight. In 1942, Coover created cyanoacrylate. He realized its commercial potential in 1958. The product was marketed as Superglue. It was also used for sealing wounds during the Vietnam War. 2. Drones. The first unmanned aircraft was developed in 1918, but drones really took off during World War II. Unmanned aerial vehicles were used to deliver bombs. The Ryan Firebee was widely used during the Vietnam War. In the 1990s, the U.S. began using drones to launch missiles. Commercial drones only appeared around 2006. 3. Sanitary napkins. The first commercially available napkins were bandages. They were widely used in World War I to prevent bleeding. The napkins were made by Kimberly-Clark, but then nurses in hospitals started using them during periods. Kimberly-Clark took notice and introduced Kotex in 1921. 4. Synthetic rubber. Rubber was a crucial component during World War II, but the Axis powers controlled much of its production in the South Pacific. The Allies needed an alternative. Firestone, Goodyear, and Standard Oil sprang to action. Their engineers created synthetic rubber, which lasted longer. It's still the same product we use today. 5. Duct tape. The modern version of duct tape was invented in 1943. The military asked Johnson & Johnson for a water-resistant sealing tape. It was invented by their factory worker, Vesta Stout. The tape was used to seal ammo boxes. It was called duct tape for its waterproof properties. Mass production was launched by the War Production Board. 6. Canned food. In 1809, the French government held a competition. Napoleon's army needed a way to deliver food to the front. The army was so numerous that it became a challenge. Confectioner Nicolas Appert designed an airtight jar. It could be mass-produced to preserve vast amounts of food. He won the competition and was awarded 12,000 francs. 7. GPS. The Global Positioning System was developed in the 1960s. It was a U.S. Department of Defense project. The idea was to use satellites to determine a user's position on Earth. GPS became fully operational in 1994, but it had already been used by soldiers in the Gulf War. Soldiers used GPS to navigate across deserts and target enemies. 8. Stainless steel. The modern version of stainless steel was invented in 1912. English researcher Harry Burley worked for the military. He was tasked with finding a corrosion-resistant alloy. The alloy was used to make gun barrels. Burley successfully industrialized the process in 1915. 9. Computers. In the 1940s, the word computer referred to a human operator. The first programmable electronic computer was ENIAC. It was designed to calculate artillery firing tables. ENIAC was commissioned by the U.S. Army's Ballistic Research Laboratory. Its first program was a study of the feasibility of the thermonuclear weapon. ENIAC operated until 1955, ushering in a new era of technology. 10. Internet. ARPANET was the forefather of the World Wide Web. It was developed in 1969 by DARPA. The network was invented to protect communications. It allowed to share intelligence without a command center. The military was worried about the Soviets targeting control centers. Until 1981, the network was largely reserved for military use.